crazy weeks. Just good to see you again, my brother. Hope everything is good.
Yes, man.
Um, Condolences again.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Thanks.
Yeah, I want to say that it's very, very. It's we can't really plan right now because some of these games canceling after the game week already started.
Right, right,
It's
right.
it's rough. Like it's hard to plan. This past game week I had Son captain. I mean Kane captain, Son vice captain. So I had no one. I learned a lesson there. I will never have two guys from the same team as captain and vice captain in the field
During
team.
COVID, during a pandemic.
I
During a
yeah,
pandemic, like that's written. During a pandemic, you can't do that.
I would never happen again. I remember earlier in the season when the Newcastle Aston Villa game was cancelled. I had like three
Oh
players
wow,
in that
yeah.
game. I had like three guys in that game. Now I have Son and Kane in this week. It's tough. This game we coming ahead. Let's hope we have more news before
Oof.
before the deadline,
Right.
and we could prepare. We have
Yeah.
somebody. We have a big guest coming on tonight.
Football
Long
guy.
overdue.
Yeah.
We'll get his perspective on it.
Yeah. Let's bring him in one time.
Go right ahead, man. Go right ahead.
While we do now, we could even just talk about how, I mean, even like the Chelsea game coming up. Here we go.
Yeah,
It's in the
yes.
building. It's connecting.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, man? Kareem Gomez,
Good night, good night.
Gomzee.
What's good, boss?
Good night. You hear me clearly, right?
Yeah.
In the Liverpool top. After the draw with Newcastle, 0-0. Come on, talk to us.
Yeah. The game today, I felt the guys were suffering a little hangover. But at the end of the day, we still top of the league, so we're taking things easy.
Taking it easy to close out the year. Now we were just talking about the fixtures coming up. How are you organizing your team as you see fit right now? I know everybody has a wild card now. People have their chips coming up. There's a double game week coming up in game week 19. How are you looking to organize coming up to the deadline, this next deadline coming up?
Well, with regard to the next deadline, I am definitely holding my transfers till as close to the deadline as possible. Given what's going on with the whole COVID situation, and you really don't know what's going on, so I'm going to hold my transfers as close to the deadline as possible. With regard to the upcoming double game weeks and blank game weeks, I am using a different strategy to most people. I mean, I've spoken to a lot of people, and the strategy that I am going to use seems to be different from almost everyone, which is basically a no chip strategy for those 2 game weeks.
Right.
What's the reasoning behind that?
I think that this blank game week is not going to be as bad as the one to come. The one to come in game week 29. I feel like this blank game week is not going to be as bad. I think we have some good alternatives in City, Tottenham, Aston Villa players. So I am just going to try to build a side around that, see how I can get by the double game week and go from there.
So you don't even think you would use maybe the captaincy chip for the double game week? I could understand if you don't want to use your wild card or your free hit, but not even the captaincy?
If Tottenham or Man City get a double game week in game week 19, I will use it. But otherwise, no.
Wow, that's a surprise, man. That's a strong surprise.
Yeah, just even coming into this year, looking at the fixtures that we have coming up to Friday. As you can see, I got some green arrows finally for one on my screen. Actually, look at even go over my team right now. I actually captained De Bruyne this last game week here. Captain De Bruyne because I needed a differential. I had to start playing the differential game. I can't captain Salah anymore. I have to actually hope Salah doesn't score, right? And I put the vice on Bamford, and it kind of paid off this week. And that's how I have to play the strategy again if I'm playing the long game for the next. But looking forward to the next game week here, who do you see as a captain option for you in your squad with these fixtures? Obviously, like one that stands out to me is the Spurs and the Leeds.
Definitely. That Spurs Leeds game would be the source of captaincy for most people. I feel Kane and Son are the ones to look at. Son in particular, given the way that Leeds play, I think would be a good option for sure. And Salah, of course, is Salah, so he's always in the mix.
Dari say he looking at Bruno.
I am looking at Bruno Kane.
Madness.
No,
What?
Villa is doing very well. Villa is doing very well, but United on a very good run right now, and this guy he is the closest thing to a short thing there is.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah,
confidence in him. He's the
yeah.
closest thing to a short. But I may also lean to Kane as cap though. But I'm not ruling out Bruno. I'm not ruling out Bruno at all. You have
Villa has shown that they can play with anybody. They have shown,
yeah
Liverpool has seen it. Chelsea has seen it.
yeah.
They can play with anyone.
They are a good team. They are a good team. I can't
I,
deny that.
I could even look to say, I know it's not a short thing, but a guy who could bring a double, two goals and assist is Zaha in Sheffield. We know he have to play. They have to play him. And that's the next thing too. What this, like Bruno played so much right now that if my concern diary on that part is just would, a 1-0 up Man U up on Aston Villa, would they rest him for that? Is that because I watch it as an option because Bruno
I'm
really
not too sure
run
because I believe
in
after
90 something minutes.
I believe after that game is it the FA Cup coming up?
Cup starting up after that.
Yeah, I think he'll rest in the FA Cup, so I think he's good for the full 90 this week.
All right.
My question also, Kareem, is we spoke about Kane and Bruno and these guys. What about some cheap alternatives? Who are the guys? Because if you're gonna buy Kane and these guys, who are some cheap guys we should look into this week?
Yeah. For this week in particular, I can't. I mean, they are good options generally, but for this week,
because I'm seeing Burnley, Fulham, as Dario said, Palace, Sheffield, Brighton, Wolves, Everton, West Ham. So there are some games out there.
Yeah. I mean, you see, for me, the way how I play the game, I don't believe that you should be jumping from ship to ship every game week based upon a good fixture. I think you need to look at solid players who are good across the season because a game week come and a game week goes, If you're looking at a short-term point, like you mentioned, the Burnley game there, obviously Chris Wood for Burnley is somebody you can look at. A differential on the Fulham side is Lookman. Lookman really, at his price point, given the kind of attacking instinct he has, I think he could be a good.
I have Lookman in my team, but I want to also make an announcement right now. I don't know how many episodes you saw, Kareem. There's a guy I've not had him in my team all season this year. I didn't have him all of last year, and Darius said he relied on him a lot. Give me a drum roll, please. Let me announce my transfer this week. I am finally, after 2 seasons, going from Che Adams to Dominic Calvert-Lewin this week. I have not owned Calvert-Lewin at all this year, at all last year. I'm bringing him in this week.
I feel like you're coming in when he call. And I guess
home to West Ham. To West Ham. I am finally bringing him in, guys.
All for you, man. All for you.
I'm finally. It's 2 years in the making, and Calvert-Lewin is finally coming in.
Yeah, we'll take a look at DCL. You'll take a look at DCL, but I just feel I can't, the pundits can't really talk too much about the DCL, but let's look at his numbers. I mean, 57% ownership, 7.9, and look at his last game weeks. He's scored in the last 4 games.
He had hits in 4 of the last 5 weeks. That's consistency. That is consistent.
At 7.9, boy, Dari.
Yeah.
I'm bringing him in, guys.
All right. Let me see if I can get out to it.
All listeners. All watchers and listeners, Calvert-Lewin is fine. No, I spoke about him every week.
Let me talk about a fella by the name of Callum Wilson, right? Who's owned by 14%, who had a good run today, right? He scored in the last 4 games. And let's take a look at his fixtures coming up.
To change my mind.
Look at his fixtures coming up. Watch out Wilson fixtures coming up. A Sheffield, a Leeds, a Leicester at home. I feel like he could get something. What do you think, Gomzee, about DCL versus Wilson?
So I mean, I have this spreadsheet that I built that is really used to compare players given different price points and all the statistics and stuff like that. What I can't tell you about Wilson is that he is overperforming highly, right? He's taking his chances. It probably wouldn't last, right? Calvert-Lewin, on the other hand, however, is actually matching his numbers. So in terms of a long-term pick, Calvert-Lewin would be the better option. But obviously, given budget constraints, you might look at Wilson as an alternative. Now, Wilson is good, but just understand that he so far done has overperformed what would be expected to do.
I can't sing, guys, but just listen closely. And do you guys hear Bob Marley somewhere there? Coming in from the cold. He's coming in. 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 So Kareem, tell us, Salah, Mane, these guys, we need them in our team.
So I am a bit unconventional this season, even though I'm repping the Liverpool night. I am actually thinking about selling Salah. I've been thinking about it for a little bit. Now, I can understand the facial expressions, but I really in balance of your team, balancing your team a particular way. And for me, Salah at his price point, he needs to be the best player in FPL without a doubt. And I don't think that he's without a doubt the best player. So at his price point, I could probably get somebody cheaper.
Please pull this guy's.
All right, so let's just ask a few questions.
I need this guy's team on the screen.
Wait, let's ask who is the best player in FPL? I guess right now. Top 3.
So in terms of the top 2 are clear. The top 2 for this season, I mean, one might surprise you. But the top 2, according to my spreadsheet, you have Bruno and you have Jack Grealish. Those 2 are far and above everybody else.
What about Bamford? Because I think Bamford is the most points per million so far.
Yeah, but points per million is one factor, right? So yes, he's doing very good in that, but you have to look at other things, his ability to return, his ability to get bonus points, all these different factors. And Bamford is very good, but the top 2, the cream of the crop.
Bruno and Grealish. So we need to have Bruno and Grealish in our well, I have Bruno. I don't have Grealish. I sold him. So
definitely.
All right. I'm not going to argue with it.
I feel like.
Let me interrupt. I'm sorry. Please, while we're doing this, can I see Kareem's team on the screen before we get out of here? Please. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Kareem, if you could in the chat, just put your rank in the league so I can just pull it up. But in the chat,
I'm 56 in the league.
All right. I need to see this team. Please produce up. Please produce up. Right. Engineer. Whoever is in control of this.
I will we'll work on the back end now. But Kareem, explain to me, even from today's game, I mean, Salah, I think he had the chances to, to do the damage. I mean, saying that he's not the top, Salah is not the top 2 in the top 2?
No. Because Bruno is exceeding him points per game, right?
All right.
And what, 1.5, 1.6 million cheaper. I mean, right there, if you had to choose one, you would go Bruno because of your saving and money and the fact that he's outperforming Salah.
Okay.
Which, like I mentioned before, is a whole 5 million less than Salah.
Let's take a look at this team here. Basuma, explain to me Basuma. That's the first thing that stands out to me.
No. As you can see, if you look at my bench,
he came off the bench. He came off the bench.
Okay.
I mean, you have a well-balanced team on here, except for the Brewsters is kind of shocking me. But
I have Taylor as well. We have a lot of the same players, man. I have De Bruyne. No, I sold De Bruyne actually, but Fernandez, Salah, Kane, Bamford. Okay.
Yo, Gomzee. I think for like at this point of the season, because me personally, when I play this game, I take a lot of hits to start, but when the second one from January, that's when I like to climb and I try to get my highest scores, right? That's my strategy. That's been my strategy for the last 4 years. January, move forward. And I've always played that catch-up game. Now, I like to go the differential route, and in the end, Bruno kind of hurt me last year in the end, and I went City way to close out the year with a triple captain on David Silva. And it could have propelled me to like top 20K, but it just took me down to 200K in the end. But you have, I would say, you have like 2 differentials on your team. I would want to call them out maybe by Brewster, Basuma. But everybody else right now moving forward with the Wildcats would probably
please note he has Cancelo, who I told you.
That's under the. You listen to Dario on that one, I can tell. Right. But if you had to bring in, if you wanted to make a run or push, like you said, Salah, who would be? With Salah, probably give you a guy who's maybe 9, 10, and another guy. But what would be some change? Who you think could come into your squad to be that differential?
Right. So into the differentials, there's Anthony Martial of late has looked better. Now he didn't play so good in the last game, but he would be a massive differential given his ownership. And also, I mean, generally once Bruno has been there feeding him, he has done well. So I think he could be a massive differential come the second half. And given the structure of teams, most people have the Bamford, most people have the whether it be the Keane or the Vardy, and then you have a Calvert-Lewin. Finding a space for another striker like a Martial could be difficult for some people. So jump on him early. You could probably ride for a while before people figure out how best to get him in.
That's not something I think I'd be brave enough to do to bring Martial in, especially as I said, I'm considering Calvert-Lewin right now. I have one more question for you, non-Liverpool based or anything right now. Actually, a defensive question. You were speaking about your spreadsheet. I don't know if this is included, but defensively, I'm looking at, over the next couple weeks, like to find a defender I can start consistently. And I've been looking at Holding from Arsenal, and I just want to know, what do you think? Do you think Arsenal, because it's been difficult for them under Arteta, and what do you think? Is there prospects on the upcoming weeks in terms of clean sheets and stuff? I've been looking for a source of cheap clean sheets, and Holding is one that stands out to me.
Yeah, I think Arsenal defense, while good, they could easily concede just one in a game. The good thing about Holding is that at his price point, there's nothing to lose. So given the fact that they have decent fixtures, they have a decent defense, and his price point is very affordable, I think, it could definitely help you make moves elsewhere.
Oh,
these are the
your
defenders.
Team or Darius' team?
This is my team, but this is the defenders out here.
I see you have Bellerin. Yeah, but what plug in on your spreadsheet and let me hear what's happening with Arsenal, because that's something
he's selling that spreadsheet. He's selling that spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'm really considering getting an Arsenal defender in, but it's hard to believe in that team. They let you down so many times.
Yeah, I mean, but even look on the top here, Dari. I feel like I know a lot of people on the Walker Peters. Let's see how much ownership Walker Peters.
Yeah, I have Walker Peters, but you see the person I'm trying to get out of my team is Lewis from Newcastle. He's 4.3, and I believe Holding is 4.4. So that's like a very easy switch for me, and I just don't know how much to trust Arsenal. I need somebody to give me a push, give me some confidence that is a move I should make.
It's risky. It's risky given the fact that Arsenal has been very inconsistent. But like I say, you can't really be hedging the hopes and dreams of your team on a 4.4.
Got it. Fair enough.
Fair enough. And serve a purpose. And I think that purpose is definitely better than Lewis's purpose right now in your team.
I feel like the best way that we could round it up is give us, for the next game week, who are the top 2 captaincy picks. And if you had to triple captain one person, right? I know we're going bold. If you had to triple captain one person, who would that be in this next fixtures coming up?
For this game week here, like I said, you can't look past the Spurs game. Son in particular. So Son and Kane would be the 1-2. But if you had to go outside of that game, I would say as a weird differential, Mane. Because we know Southampton, we know how they play, and we know how the right side of that defense is in particular. Mane could get some joy down the left flank. So that would be my differential.
Ooh, that's a good one out there, man. And on my end, I was watching the game today, and I was like, I feel like Mane could be that differential I'm looking for. And I'm looking to, as well as you, I was thinking about the Salah move. But I want to think about how consistent could that Manchester United team be with Bruno, because I had Bruno before. I got rid of him to bring in the City assets.
Sounds like I'm getting through to you. Sounds like I'm
but
getting
and I don't want to go through what went through last year in the second half of the season, So I look to make this run. So I always look for a player who could do that. But Dari, if you had to pick 2 strong ones.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I am on board, baby. On board.
So you bringing him in to captaining him, basically, you're trying to tell me.
I'm not going to captain. I'm captaining Kane. I'm captaining Kane. I just wanted to say somebody different, but I believe in him this week. And I'm going to also, I don't have any of them in my team. I don't remember which one of you mentioned it before, but somebody mentioned Palace playing Sheffield. I mean, right now Sheffield on like 2 points. It might as well take a punt on Palace.
Yeah.
So those are the guys I would be looking at.
Well, I wouldn't be looking at Dominic Calvert-Lewin for a captaincy pick or a pick this week. I think West Ham have their shit together, and I think they're a solid team defensively. But you never know how this league goes. It could be 5, and one day it could be 5. One day it's a clean sheet, next day it's a 5. So we don't know how this league going. So who am I? But I could tell you that Leeds game is going to be end to end. With no defense.
Spurs would be going into that game off of a longer rest than other teams because of the cancelled game. Same for DCL because Everton's last game was cancelled. Keep that in mind.
I actually have double Leeds defense currently. Meslier, the keeper, and
I have Meslier.
So I have to kind of figure out how it is I want to plan for this game because I can't put my eggs in Son and Kane and then have the defense to concede all those goals. So,
I mean, the defense is scoring goals to the assistant. So
I have
Dallas doing their thing. Dallas doing his thing.
There's nothing I can do because Ryan is my substitute keeper. So
I feel too, fellas. I have a feeling this is the perfect game for Zaha to do his thing, so it'll be a time that Crystal Palace will have possession and they're not on the counter as per se too much. And I feel like this game you could take a punt on Crystal Palace this game.
Let me interrupt you. This is the last thing I'm going to say on this episode. I ain't saying anything after this right here. I'm changing my mind. I'm going for a bold prediction. I'm going to be very bold right here.
Benteke hat-trick?
Sheffield United is going to win this game. I'm not saying anything for the rest of the show. Kareem, thanks for coming on.
Kareem, give us a bold prediction in this upcoming game week. And don't say that men going to play. Jesus going to play. He recover from COVID and he going to play, right? not that kind of prediction. But what kind of prediction? Give us a bold prediction from these fixtures.
I'm looking at the fixtures and nothing really jumps out. If I had to go very, very bold, West Brom to surprise Arsenal.
Oof. Okay.
Very, very.
Okay.
Big Sam.
All right. Nice. All right. Now, if I to put that dagger straight into that straight you have on, if I went bold, I believe that Southampton is going to match Liverpool and get a tie in that game, a draw in that game. Something
that's not very bold, because that's supposed to be talking about Newcastle got a draw.
Southampton beating Liverpool. Put me down for that. Southampton beating Liverpool.
All right, well,
put me down for that, Southampton.
I would also have nothing more to say at this point. Thank you very much.
This is a wild episode. It's a wild episode.
Kareem, my brother, it's been a long time coming. Thanks for finally coming on.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. I will hope to have you back soon again, my brother. I appreciate it.
For sure.
All right, fellas. Take it easy.
Take care.